Any, I'm gonna go to, board members, are there any comments that anybody want to make? Andrew, George?
No, I'm covered because he came. So, which is good. Less writing for me.
No, we don't have anything.
Hello, my name is James Hobby. I'd like to make some comments.
Certainly.
My name is James Hobby. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I've been working on some issues that are going on at the Gainesville Malcom Randall VA hospital, where we've had multiple veterans show up and be improperly held against their will. We had a OIG investigation that looked into this incident and had a formal report done up on August 28th, where we see that there was multiple veterans, like in the hundreds, that were going and being improperly held at the facility. And upon the release, these veterans were committing suicide. I've been trying to get this news out to numerous individuals throughout Florida. And one of the people I would like to know, to be aware of this, is you all and your guys' board, as you guys are in the county of this hospital.
Okay. Are you referencing the one Marine who went there to seek help and they interacted them? And then he ended up committing suicide, and then they had an OIG investigation?
Yes, this is the incident that I'm talking about. And my concern is that after we had the OIG investigation completed, there were hundreds of veterans that also had the same thing happen to them. And we have not been able to find out what happened to any of these veterans.
Why does the OIG investigation discover that the security personnel and some of the healthcare personnel weren't trained as the proper use of the Baker Act? And I don't know if that's been corrected or not.
There were multiple failures along with the training and just pretty much no one knowing what was going on, no one alerting superiors of what was going on. And it doesn't seem the public knows the full extent of what's actually going on. I've been working with the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee, Jerry Moran's office, and they actually have some toolies over to the VA hospital over there, but the VA has yet to answer any of the questions the Congress has sent over to them.
You say you're working with Congressman Kent's office?
Morantz.
Was it?
He said Jerry Morantz. That's what I heard him say.
Jerry Moran, the head chair of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee.
That's the state of Florida, right?
But one of the things that to know, one of the secondary functions of this board is that we serve as an engagement for the VA. So at least this board in that function can write a manifest saying spouting your concerns, or just that it comes to your recognition if there is any action to take. Some kind of writing as the VA engagement board. You can take that type of.
I would be, I'd be very glad to sign it. If we can have the legal draft something that would somewhat semi-neutral. I don't want to start a fight.
No, that's what I said. You could just say, somebody, in order, you can just say, things to your attention at your board meeting. You're not advocating one way or another.
No.
It's just something that came up. Just reaching out. Yeah.
We have a.
That was one what better they come up with, and then at that time, you can decide to say,
Motion to accept that letter.
okay. So we'll
We could do it that way. Whatever they come up with, then we can make a motion to accept that letter, and then he can sign the letter and send it in to represent
That's
that.
a better way because we'll know what they put in the letter before we.
Yeah, right.
We'll do that. So were we able to hear any of that?
Mr. Hobby.
No, there?
We might have lost him.
Leslie has a cell phone.
The reception is not very good.
Yeah, the
Right.
reception is really bad on my end. But I heard some of that, and the main thing is I've been working with the American Legion also because one of the options that they have is to actually do walkthroughs of healthcare facilities, and it was something that they sent up to their director, the American Legion, to do a walkthrough of the hospital, but we haven't got any kind of update on that. And the main thing is I just don't think anyone has any kind of visibility on what's going on there. And I believe it's a pretty big problem from a lot of the reports and some of the stuff that we've gotten from the OIG. And I'm all the way out here in California, and I represent a lot of the SIGINT Marines that serve throughout the United States. But so we're kind of far away, and we would just like to see members of the community kind of take action and kind of put eyes on and just kind of get a feel for what's actually going on at this hospital, because there seems to be a lot of complaints coming out and they're not getting formally looked into. And I think a lot of that is because people don't understand how to file a formal complaint and how to go about looking in, getting follow up on that formal complaint. It's just a huge mystery anytime someone actually has a problem with the VA on how to actually get any of those problems resolved. And some of the anonymous reports and stuff that we've gotten since we've done some reporting on this incident are just, they're pretty extreme. There seems to be a lot of people having a very similar incident at this hospital, and the reports are just not getting filed because veterans are just accepting that that's the treatment that they're going to get from the VA. And along with, they don't know how to complain and how to get these complaints looked into.
Thank you. We'll look into it and see what we can do. I don't know what else we can do at the moment.
I don't think you heard what we're doing.
I'm sorry?
I don't think you heard what we're looking at tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look in and see what's going on, and from that point on, we'll have more report.
Mr. Hobby,
Yes.
this is Leslie. I talked to you not too long ago. I will be contacting you in a few days, okay?
Okay.
And I have your phone number. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's gonna follow up with a letter from her legal, and then we'll worry about the letter.
No, I understand. I said I understand.
Yes,
Yes.
at the point we're neutral, yes. I don't know any, I haven't seen any of the stuff he's talking about.
That was actually a Marine Corps veteran from Florida.
Because I'm aware of that. I'm aware of a couple other people from Baker Act, but I don't think that they did suicide after being Baker Act.
Right. Well, I do know the veterans I work with. They were in the HUD-VAS system, and yeah, that was because when I found that out, we were discussing that, and it was quite a heated discussion on when you go to the VA, be careful what you say, because you can end up Baker Act.
Right. Yeah. That's anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is anymore.
Well, yeah, but so how do you get help if you're going through a crisis? And the only go-to is to Baker Excellent. I mean, it's, yeah, so it's, yeah, that's kind of, yeah, that's taking a hammer to a fly.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say at this point, but I'm aware of a couple of them that have been Baker acted. Not, I only know of one that committed suicide after he got out.
Right.
Because he felt nobody would listen to him and was hopeless. But I do know of a couple of others that were Baker acted. I don't know anything about why they were Baker acted or what caused it. I do know one that was brought in by a police department because he would. The cops thought he was on an e-drug. I don't know whether he was or not. I do know it was Baker acted, and then he was released later. And was the marshals took him to Jacksonville where they discharged him from the court system.
It's a case by case basis. Yeah, the main thing is what the OIG investigation found out that the personnel needed training on proper use of Baker Act. So that was
And there is some different requirements with the patients and other thing that the Baker Act that that they're also running into. Yes, so I don't know what's gonna happen anyway. Any more comments? Next meeting will be March 10th, 2025.
One of the things that I've noticed is successful relationship depends on effective communication. And so is there a form that you have as far as getting information out? I mean, who's the point of contact? Besides this one? What is it like? Like some of the counselors for Head Bash and Honor Center and stuff like that, they got their hands full. They're understaffed, and overworked. And so they don't have time for a lot of the information, trying to find out stuff. And I've seen like food bank lists that were 8 years old. I've seen, just a lack of communication. So, a veteran tells another veteran, hey, check out this program, you do a counselor. And they're like, I don't know anything about it. So just that flow of information with counselors, because they got their hands full. And I try to tell the veterans I work with, cut them some slack. If you find out information, get them the information so they can put it out to all their other clients.
Yes, part of it. One of the things that you gave us this calendar just becomes part of the official record, and we'll disseminate this to our veteran center. Additionally, we do also, tomorrow we'll be on a phone call with the veteran. So we share information. It's a veteran leadership group. So we're part of that. Additionally, our Department of Community Support Services, we do work with Grace Market. We have a monthly meeting with the Alachua County Housing Authority for some of our other projects, and we know that they are. So we have many ways, and we do have a staff that works regularly with the Honor Center, Clinton Bash, our Division of Social Services. Somebody contact Leslie, and that's
But does the board maintain either a website, Facebook page, some type of social media that anybody could go to see if it's cool?
Yeah, we do have a website. How up to date is, I don't know, but we don't normally just place things like we'll put in information for our events. But if there's some other information that you want us to share as veterans, in general, we can share.
No, yeah, okay.
But we'll send it to you. But we can share. We can check. You can just put your
Email?
Yeah.
Very good.
Can't read it. But yeah, we can do it. But let's get our contact if you want to get something that you choose to something. Okay.
And if you ever want good, honest feedback from veterans who are in the HUD badge system or homeless, you come on down and have a cup of coffee with them, and they will not hold back.
Okay.
Where is it?
Come on down, please.
11 o'clock?
Yeah, 11 to 2.
Good. Anything else?
Yeah.
Next meeting, March 10th, 2025.
Yeah, it's tight, man.
Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. For the next one, it's 15th, it's probably. Oh.